about. But I think what I want is guidance, and I want a place to worship, and people who can help me on the right path.
Fantastic, great. You live around here, or?
Yes, I live in North York by Fairview Mall, so
okay.
It's a bit of a walk, but it's worth it.
Okay, great. Yeah, so the basic concept, were you born and grew up practicing any religion, or?
Roman Catholic, but not indoctrinated, or it was more just let's go to church, something to do on Sunday, right?
All right. So a few key ideas, right? So one is that we believe that God is one,
of course,
right, and there's no one like Him,
right?
So any human being, any creation, anything is a creation of God, and they are submissive to God. They cannot do anything except what God allows them to do,
right?
And that includes Jesus, peace be upon him, or Moses, or any other prophets and messengers. And we believe that God sent down different messengers from time to time, right? And they were here to share and teach people how to worship God, okay? So the reason I'm saying this is that we believe that we are actually following Jesus Christ, peace be upon him as well, right? And likewise Moses and Abraham, all the prophets, peace be upon them all, right? So God sent prophets in succession, right? And then when they came in, they talked to their people. When they died, they passed away, then after some time God sent another prophet. Okay, so like for example, Jesus came after.
I actually do not. Did he come after Abraham?
Moses, right?
Moses, right.
So Abraham, and a long time after that was Moses, and then Jesus, right?
That's right.
So imagine when Jesus came, people who were there, they were following Moses, right? So once a new prophet comes, what are they supposed to do?
When a new prophet comes, they have to make a determination of whether or not
he's a prophet or not.
Is he a prophet or not? Yeah.
Okay, if they believe he's a prophet, then they follow the prophet. They shouldn't be like, and by following the new prophet, they're not turning their backs away from Moses or anything like that.
Of course not.
So similarly, we believe that, after that, the final prophet came, which is Prophet Muhammad, right? And he's the one that we all need to follow now.
Right.
Okay, and there won't be any other prophets after that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what that entails is, a set of rules that help us become better human beings, right? In terms of our relationship with our Creator, as well as our relationship with each other.
Right.
So as you may know, the 5 pillars are the 5 daily worship, right? The 5 daily prayers that we do. I think you probably saw one happening right now, or
I must have missed it, but I'm aware of the 5 daily prayers.
Right, and then fasting once in a year during the month of Ramadan, if you're able to.
Which I actually did this year.
Oh, fantastic!
Did the entire month.
Great.
Yeah.
And then lastly is like 2.5% of your excess money goes to me.
Right.
Let's just get it.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I was like,
you don't have an MLM commission system.
I have no excess.
So inshallah, God willing, when you have it, then it goes to poor people, and there's a category of people that can actually have it.
I would actually like to say and add to that. Ever since I started following and believing, I've always felt sympathy for those who are in misfortune. But recently, I felt the need to be more charitous, and so I've actually recently, every time I see somebody, I usually give them something if I can.
Great. And again, just helping people doesn't only happen with wealth, right? You can give your time, skill, good words, so on and so forth, right? And then lastly, is like once in a lifetime, if you're able to, go and perform pilgrimage to the sacred land in Mecca, right?
Right.
Okay. Cool. So, and then, as you said, so we have a program, right? So it's just this is just going to be the first step, which is really a major step, right? Because you are figuring out what's the path, right? Deciding the path is a really, really important step.
Yeah.
And, I appreciate that at this age that you thought about it. That's a really big blessing from Allah, from God, right? Because you could be thinking about so many distractions that are there.
Yeah, I really could be.
So really happy that, you are. And then after that is putting it into action, right? Because you may know the path, but then if you know the path and you don't walk on it, it's not really anything.
What am I doing?
Right?
Yeah.
So we'll definitely work with you to do that. So now the first step is basically the belief that you have is that there's one God, right, who sent down the final book, Quran, and that Prophet Muhammad is his last messenger and servant, peace be upon him. If you believe that, we verbalize it in English and Arabic, and that's your actual conversion to Islam. Okay, right? Because what's in your heart, we don't know, we don't look at that. So you verbalize what's in your heart, and that's it, and then we work on practice and all that.
Perfect. Well,
let's do it.
Let's do it. I actually did do this one time before, so I'd love to do it again though, just to make sure it's solid.
So we'll do it in English and Arabic.
Sure.
So I testify.
I testify.
There is.
There is.
No God.
No God.
Worthy of worship.
Worthy of worship.
Except.
accept
Allah,
Allah,
and I testify
and I testify
that Muhammad
that Muhammad
is his final messenger
is his final messenger
and servant.
and servant.
Okay, so we'll do it in Arabic now. Ashhadu
Ashhadu
an
an
la ilaha
la ilaha
la
la
ilaha
ilaha
illa
illa
Allah
Allah
wa ashhadu
wa ashhadu
anna
anna
Muhammad
Muhammad
Abdullahi
Abdullahi
wa Rasuluh.
wa rasuluh.
That's nice to say, bro.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so now you have time. We can work on some of the things, the next steps, and get
Yeah.
you sorted out.
I do have time, in
All right.
fact. Yeah.
Let's end it. Okay.
Okay.